Hi y'all, it's Kimberly here. Well, it's been a while since I posted any videos. I've kind of taken a little time off of social media, my YouTube channel, and I haven't posted on my TikTok for, I think, a couple weeks, right before Christmas, a week or two. And I was just really tired, exhausted, took some time off, and I was really busy, but I'm slowly going to get back into it. New Year's here. Hope everybody had a really good New Year's. Hopefully this year will be better than last year. It's really cold here. It was about 12 degrees last night. I think I woke up about 4 o'clock in the morning to go to the bathroom, and it's very cold, which we usually don't have very cold nights like that. It might drop into the 30s or maybe the 20s, but into the teens, it's very rare here. And it was cold all day at work. It was like, I think when I got to work, it was like 16 or 17 degrees. And it kind of warmed up a little bit into the low 20s. And I think right now it might be like 27, 28 degrees, something like that. And it's going to be cold tonight, not as cold, and hopefully warm up a little bit tomorrow, I think in the 40s or 50s. So hopefully we won't have the horrible cold that we had last year. The whole freeze that we had last year that lasted for almost a week. I think mostly we'll just have a few sporadic days where it's cold, but I know that up north, a little bit on the north side, upper north, and the west coast area, they had a pretty good snow, and it was really cold, and we kind of just, Texas this time just barely, I think we got the the fringe end of that, and it kind of affected the area I'm in. And a little bit further down South Texas, I did hear that it was getting pretty cold at night, but we did have a light snow, which I thought it was actually going to be more than that, but it was, I guess, probably less than an inch. It just barely, maybe there was like an inch on the ground even. I don't even know how much it was. So it wasn't that bad, and hopefully, I don't mind if it snows a little bit, but just, I don't want it to be like last year. Last year was absolutely horrible. And I just have been doing a lot of, I don't know, just a lot of other things. Possibly going through a job change again for like the 5th time in like a couple of years, which I hate. I absolutely hate. But there's some, just some things I'm not happy with right now at this job, and just trying to, I don't know, just taking time off and just trying to relax a little bit, not be as stressed. And I think the holidays where people get stressed a lot, I usually don't get stressed around the holidays because I don't go to a big holiday celebration. I don't have kids to buy gifts for. I only buy gifts for like the very young kids in our family, which this year there's really only one. And some of my family's spread out, so we don't really connect that much around the holidays. Only like certain little groups of us will get together or something like that. When I was growing up, we had one big, huge Thanksgiving and Christmas meal, and it was like 30 to 50 people usually. And I think maybe once, I wouldn't say 30 to 50, maybe one time there was maybe 40 or 50 people, but I guess it was probably between at least 20 people, considering people's kids too, maybe 20 to 30 people. So we used to have large gatherings then, but my parents have died, and my aunts and uncles, I think I may have one left, which I'm not really close to, and I don't really see. Haven't seen them for decades, actually. So that kind of puts it in just where all of us cousins, where we used to be the little kids at all these gatherings, we're now grown up adult, a lot of them have their own kids and grandkids now. And so they kind of splintered off into, a lot of them moved, around different, parts of the country, or most of them are centered around in Texas, but I think there's a few that have moved off further away. And we just don't really have big gatherings like that anymore. And especially with the pandemic, a lot of families, I think, have done that. And I'm usually at Christmas, a lot of times on some jobs, I ended up working, or not working Christmas, but working like the Christmas Eve. I'd work for people who had to go do last minute, pick up presents for their kids or do something like that so they could get things going for Christmas morning for their kids' Santa Claus, And I used to do that, but Christmas Day, I really just like to relax. It to me was just like a relaxing day. And I'd always kind of just lay around in my PJs, not do not much of anything. But this year I did go to a little family Christmas. I gave the little young one some gifts, and I just don't really care for like the huge big gatherings. I like Thanksgiving, but on Christmas, to me, I see it as a day of, for me, rest. And I did have a week and a half off from my job. The place I work at shut down, and a lot of places do that sometimes. And they give the whole crew like the week between Christmas and New Year's off. So that's what we ended up getting. And I liked it. It was very refreshing, and I liked it. And so I just took time off. Didn't make any videos, and I haven't done that for a while. I know I haven't posted on YouTube, but I am, slowly gonna get back into it. I haven't made like a real extreme push to do it. And a lot of it is time, because I think I've said this before. I live in a small town. I travel to a bigger city, and by the end of the work day, then I have to drive back. So literally I'm driving an hour a day, a little over an hour a day. By the time I get home, now it's dark, and then I gotta take care of my dogs. And I also adopted another Chihuahua, and she was kind of like a rescue. Her owner died and left 3 dogs, and the kids, her children could not take the dogs. I think they already had big dogs or some reason like that. And there's 3 small dogs, and I adopted one of them. And I think another one got adopted, and there's one more. I'm trying to see if I can help find a home for that one. I would love to take it, but I just have too many. And I picked the Chihuahua because it's smaller. I already have one Chihuahua, and I have a Chiweenie, and she's very sweet-natured, and I think I can pair her up with one of the other Chihuahuas for companionship. And she was a little nippy, trying to kind of nip at me a little bit. She was scared, and I just left her in her cage for a couple of days. I got a big cage, huge cage, and she had a little bed that was shaped like a Christmas tree, one of those cone-shaped Christmas tree beds, and a blanket, and just left her in there. And she was very nervous, very, very, a little bit traumatized from all that was going on. So I just left her in there and let her calm down. And this morning, I couldn't even get her to go out to use the bathroom for 2 days. She wouldn't come to me. And then this morning, she was at the door of her cage, wagging her tail, and so she let me pick her up. I had put a blanket around her, and she was still very, very nervous about it. And but she did need to go to the bathroom, and she let me know. And I took her out in the backyard, sat her down, and she went and did her business. And Then she came up to the porch and stood next to me, and I picked her up again with the blanket. So kind of bonding with that. I'm trying to take some time to get her situated, and that's about all that's been going on with me. And I'll probably make a few videos here and there throughout January, maybe a few. I'm trying to work on another YouTube channel for it's going to be learning English, and I don't know if I'm going to format it like from Spanish to English, or I think it's, I don't know, I still got some thinking to do about how I'm going to, whether I want it to do it learning English from Spanish, or if it's just flat out just English, learn English type of channel. I don't know. I'm still working on that, and just that's all I've been doing. And hope y'all are having a good year, good start to your year. And thank you all for coming to my channel. And yes, I'm still here, just taking little breaks here and there. But thank you all.